According to the information found in the terminal, a fleet beacon, which transmits directly to the Vulgus battleships and their comms, is all here. If we match the frequency of the jamming signal to the beacon coming from the cave, Corell's fleet will be unable to receive up-to-date information due to the increase in delay time.
And how about in plain English?
I don't know how much simpler I can make it. If this operation succeeds, paralyze the entire Vulgus communications for about 48 hours, just like they did to us. Does that work?
Yes, that's the explanation I needed. I like this operation. Give them a taste of their own medicine.
Found the device that controls the fleet beacon. If we destroy that, we'll be exposed. Control unit neutralizes signals using the enemy's shockwave generator. It's using a principle similar to one for a barrier generator. won't be able to establish the jamming signal. You need to eliminate it for me. This is the final step. It's the first time I've done this, so there was some trial and error. All right. Any information Corell sends will now be delayed. It's a good thing I analyzed that jamming signal. Let's see if we can use this variable to our advantage in the war.
These coordinates are close to the Prime Hand's ruins. The Volga signals are already going crazy.
I was gonna join Zachary. Are you sure you won't need me on support?
Compared to the Vulgus that are gonna swarm the White Knight Gulch and Albion, this is nothing.
And I've got all the support I need. And your promise of homemade pie at the end of it all. There's no way I'm dying without a taste of that.
Yeah, that's a death flag.
Ah, damn it! I'm sure I'll be okay.
We've detected signs of the quantum energy extracted from the phase shift gate in some electrical equipment. We need to get our hands on that equipment and analyze it to see how the enemy used the quantum energy. Then we should be able to find a way to enter the Prime Hand's ruins. Now that we're here, I'm almost certain it's the right place. The subtle feeling of the Iron Heart particles, this pain, and its familiarity. The inverted Iron Heart is definitely inside those ruins. But the inversion technology database left by the ancestors is not yet accessible, Descendant. We have no guarantee as to what will happen, nor do we know whether we will be able to control the inverted Iron Heart. Based on the data I have collected so far, I will try to come up with as many backup plans as possible. I hope that what we do here will give us the power to strike back, Descendant.
I mean, we can always rely on our arcade somehow, if something happens. So we got us this far, right?
Arcade's an unfathomable power. With unfathomable potential, too.
That's what you call hope, Jaber.
Hope.
We've detected quantum energy coming from the Vulgus battery. I'll send a supply box. Retrieve the battery from the enemy and send it this way. Blair, cover me while I carry out the analysis mission.
Huh? What about your turret?
The turret isn't invincible. Besides, we don't have any tactical armored vehicle. So if the enemy swarms us, we don't have the firepower to stop it.
Well, when it comes to firepower, gotta be me. I got your back. Focus on your mission.
Supply box should be arriving there soon. Be ready. Hold on. I'm detecting the same type of energy as the battery has, flowing from inside the cave. I've identified numerous traps inside the cave, so be careful.
Jaber, this space is connected to the Prime Hand's ruins and the power grid. It's another phase shift gate. Ha! Analyzing this type of equipment will be much more efficient for me. I will try to understand what the bots are up to here. Extracted energy from the phase shift gate here and overloaded it by sending power to the seal gate. All the power facilities nearby were set up for this purpose.
Demolish the cave for the extraction lucky I was able to attack. I would not have allowed them to get this far. However, for all of you, this is your opportunity to earn new body prosthetics and persona.
Now let's find a way to reactivate the phase shift gate. If we use the body of a Legion of Immortality unit, we will be able to gather more of the energy required to reactivate the phase shift gate. The biopower supply of the cyborg Vulgus have absorbed an immense amount of quantum energy. In other words, if we collect their batteries, we will have enough energy to operate the gate. Shortly. Be ready, Descendant. I will identify the Vulgus units with high quantum energy saturation levels.
take out some enemies from your side? I can't tell if this is a Descendant or Jaber's turret.
The fire turret. Not a bad idea. I'll add it to my list of things to develop.
Offensive has died down.
With this amount of energy, we should be able to reactivate the phase shift gate. Thank you, Descendant.
Wait. There was a minor problem when I tried to activate the phase shift gate. Let's meet at the entrance to the Prime Hands ruins.
So, this isn't one of those situations where one of us has to remain outside to control the energy, is it? You're not disagreeing with me.
All operation units, check comms. Because you've hit the nail on the head. As Eamon didn't open the gate through any normal means, I figured there'd probably be some lingering consequences. But the gate to access the ruins was more volatile than I anticipated. If we leave it operational, there'll be another quantum pulse explosion, like the one we saw with the abandoned gate at the cave. We have to temporarily stop the energy supply to the gate after the infiltration begins, and reactivate it once the infiltration team completes their operation. Considering the number of Vulgus headed this way, there's no way we can control and defend the gate with just one Descendant. We need 2 or more Descendants to stay here.
No time to waste. Jaber, you operate the gate, I'll cover you. We'll hold this place down no matter what. Infiltration team, you guys go and retrieve the Ironheart. Does that work for everyone?
Blair, it won't be smooth sailing for you guys.
Ha! You think your job's gonna be any easier? Good luck, infiltration team. Guide, you hang in there too.
I promise we'll return with the Ironheart, no matter what. I have checked the map of the ruins that was sent to your receive. I will guide you to the Prime Hands. The map was created during an expedition from a few decades ago, but it's still highly reliable. It seems our operation has been made possible through the sacrifices of these early descendants. Oh no. Eamon has stationed a large number of forces within the ruins. The Vulgus commander who attacked Blair and the recon squad must be here as well. I recommend being prepared for sporadic battles. There are also likely to be a number of traps set up to prevent us from advancing. According to the records, in order to activate the prime hands, power must be established throughout the ruins. The records mention a power facility. I will guide you there. It seems as if the Vulgus have prevented the power facility from being operational. Let's remove the circuit chains and get the power facility up and running, Descendant. Descendant, a sizable Vulgus force is headed your way. I believe they are trying to prevent you from activating the power supply.
Master Raven! The vermin are awakening the ruin! I think they're off in the Ironheart! Please! We need reinforcements! Master Aemon! Strange. There's no response. It doesn't make sense. Master Aemon should be on Corell's ship. Keep requesting reinforcements!
The electronic jamming signal installed by Jaber is blocking Vulgus communications. If we can keep this up, we have a chance of winning. This operation will work, provided there are no surprises with the inversion process.